Welcome back. It's me again. I decided to do another video because, like I said, there's so much going on in my head at all times. So I decided to do this video on kind of social anxiety, but also about how I struggle with conversations, putting words with words to make sentences. And I know that sounds really silly. I absolutely love writing. But one of the things I enjoy about writing is that I can take the time to research words. Because if I want to convey a certain meaning, I want to use the right word. And I want it to have the impact that I feel and I know in my head. And when I'm talking with somebody and I'm having a conversation, I don't have that time. I don't have that time to sit there and come up with a response. It's easier when I'm talking about, like, say, work, or things that I know, or if I'm more comfortable with people, but even then I still struggle. Excuse me. I just recently ate dinner. It was pizza, and it was delicious. Anyway, so social conversations are very difficult for me. A lot of times I'll have a thought in my head and I don't know if it's just I can't get the words out fast enough or if my mind isn't processing things the right way. I definitely struggle with it at work. And I've been connecting with another manager about how I'm struggling with this. We talk a lot, and I've only been at the current store I'm at for about a month now, a little over a month. So I'm still getting to know a lot of the people. There's a lot more managers at this store than my old store, and it's actually kind of overwhelming. I really haven't met all the managers still, and just the idea of having to try and get on some kind of personal level with all these managers, that's difficult because I mean you need to connect with them in some way because you're a team. And I mean, I just struggle with the couple people that I do actually get to see. And when I'm talking to somebody and, like, say they're talking about their own lives or something that they are interested in, there's always that pause in a conversation where they kind of finish what they're saying and there's that expectation where you respond. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Like, what do you say when somebody tells you anything personal? About, oh, my kid and I were playing out in the yard the other day, or, oh, look at my dog, isn't he so cute? Oh, yeah, he's cute. And then if they go into a story, like, there's supposed to be a response, and I don't know what to say. And I think a lot of it is I know if I choose the wrong thing to say, it will mean that the conversation has to go longer. And it's not that I don't want the conversation to go longer, but in a way, I kind of don't, because talking stresses me out because I don't have that time to process the information that they're saying and then come up with a response. And then I panic. And yeah, that's definitely where a lot of my social anxiety comes from. I actually made this video because I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow. It's my day off, and it is my responsibility, partly because I don't trust my husband to go out and do it. And that's a lot to do with my control issues, but that's for another day or another video. So, grocery shopping. What's it like going grocery shopping for me? It's a lot easier for me than it used to be. I would push it off for like 2 weeks. I would know that I need to go grocery shopping, Okay, I went grocery shopping on Friday. Well, this upcoming Friday, I should probably go grocery shopping because we only grocery shop for a week. Because that's all. A lot of it is because I just don't have space to hold stuff for 2 weeks. Anyway, so I push it. Oh, you know what? We're fine with what we've got. We can wait another week. I've pushed it up to 3 weeks. And I feel bad because it gets to that point where you're like, oh man, I really don't want to eat ramen, but that's kind of the only thing that we've got. And it's getting to that point right now because I didn't go grocery shopping last week because it's been a rough week. Anyway, grocery shopping, I have to make a list. But the idea of making a list gives me anxiety because then I have to figure out a meal plan. And my kid is picky. And no, I don't always cook stuff that she likes. My rule is, because she's almost 11, so my rule is, and has been for probably a good year now, I will make things that she likes on occasion, but I will also make dishes that me and my husband like, that I know she's not going to like, or maybe she's never had, so she might not like it. If she doesn't want to eat what I cook, then she could cook herself something. Whether she makes peanut butter and jelly or ramen. I'm not going to make my kids starve, but I'm not going to work to make a second meal. Because I used to do that when she was younger. She was real young. Oh gosh, how old was she? Probably about, I'm going to say 4 or 5. Yeah. Up until probably about 9, 10. I would regularly make her separate meals. And it's not that I don't encourage her to try new foods. I do. But I've always been a picky eater. So I take it slow with her. If we try something new that she's never had before, I make her try it. If she doesn't like it, okay. But she has to at least try it. And she's discovered lots of things that she didn't know she would like. We had Long John Silver's the other day, and she's like, what does shrimp taste like? And I was like, well, I only like fried shrimp because it's a texture thing. And she wanted to try some. So I ordered my husband some on a platter type thing. And I let her try one, and she's like, oh, I really like those. So, not gonna lie, kind of took some of those out of his container and put them in hers. He doesn't care. Anyway, so, yeah, she liked them. So, she's slowly trying new foods, and, sometimes things take time. So I don't think I'm a bad mom. I used to think I was a bad mom, but I'm working really hard at it now. So back to the social thing at grocery shopping. So I have to come up with a meal plan. And it's hard for me because I don't want to cook every night. Work stresses me out. It's super, super stressful. And most of the time, I just want to do nothing when I get home. And I'm trying to change that by getting on medication. But even then, I don't want to spend an hour on it. I've been working for 9-10 hours, depending on the day. And then when my husband is working, I guess I could just tell you his name. His name's John. When John is working, he's working a good 55, 60 hours a week. Working 12-hour days, sometimes 5 days a week. And I don't ask a lot of him because of that. And also because I have a hard time letting go of control of things, which is an aspect that I deal with on a daily basis. Having too much on my plate because I don't know how to let go. So when I do have him cook, it's easier for me to have him cook simple things that I know he already knows how to cook. He doesn't ask questions. If he doesn't know how to make something, he'll just wing it. And I can't do it. the other night, God bless him, I love him so much. The other night, it was a couple weeks ago, I asked him to make brats and mac and cheese. I boil the brats because it's so much easier. And I'll usually sear them off in a pan, give them some color and some flavor. But all I wanted him to do was boil some brats and make mac and cheese. He was draining the noodles when he commented on the fact that the brats were not boiling. Brats take 20 minutes to cook once they're in the boiling water. And he said he didn't know how long to cook them for. He didn't know it was going to take 20 minutes. Ask. Why didn't you ask? And we had this whole little mini argument over it. When we argue, it's more like this bickering banter back and forth, and we pick and have fun, and it's usually not serious. When we do have serious arguments, it's usually just because neither of us are on the same page in terms of how we're thinking, because, we think differently. And it's usually just me overreacting. So I usually take a time out, cool my nerves, think, analyze, and then go back and talk. But yeah, because of stuff like that, unless I give him like an actual recipe, and even then I'm pretty sure he's just gonna wing it, and I don't know if I can handle that. I really don't. So like a lot of times I have him make spaghetti or hot dogs. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, he can cook. He can. He cooked a steak and shake for 15 years. And no, that's not the same, but I know he knows that. He made steak the other night for him and my daughter. Her name's River. I'm sure she would prefer to go by they and that instead of her, but she said I could. Anyway. So yeah, easy dishes. But it's hard because, I don't know a whole lot of dishes, and I get tired of the same thing, and I think that's where I'm at right now. It's so hard for me to come up with a meal list because I'm tired of the same things, and it doesn't help when my kid will only eat a handful of things, and John will freaking eat anything, okay, except for my salmon patties, which I want to say, Dad, if you're watching this, I love your salmon patties and the way that you taught me how to make them. Unfortunately, John does not, which I think is absolutely ridiculous because they're delicious, but he couldn't even eat half of one of them, so, there are things he won't eat. God, I just had one of those moments where I forgot where I was going. And I forgot where I started too. So I guess we'll just backtrack to the social thing. So, I think meal prep, right? And making a grocery list. And that's not even going to the grocery store. Getting everything ready to go to the grocery store. And then mentally preparing myself to have to walk into the grocery store. And maneuver around people that I have absolutely no control of. And people who will why? Why do people do things in the grocery store? Why? Don't sit in the middle of the aisle with your cart with absolutely no way to pass you and I know things are different right now. And that's a whole nother bag of worms right there. Actually, I don't mind it too much because the social distancing, that's great. That's just, I can't tell you how much I love that social distancing. Anyway. Though I will say lots of people don't follow it. But anyway, point is, going to the grocery store and just dealing with people not being considerate of other people. Just not thinking really. They're in the moment. They're not... And a lot of that I know is me. I am literally thinking so many things at once and analyzing and, going to the grocery store is I'm preparing for a battle, okay? And when I am out in the grocery store, it is a battlefield. And I am looking at every single thing. Not only am I looking at the stuff, I'm also making sure that I have a quick exit. And a lot of times, I will just stand in an aisleway waiting for people to go by me. Because I don't do it as much now. I shop at Aldi, and their store's set up differently. It's smaller. But when I used to shop at Meijer, I'd kind of like just, if there were too many people in the aisle and there's too much congestion, like at an entryway, exit, whatever, aisleway, the entry of the aisleway, whatever the heck you call that, I would just kind of sit there and wait patiently until all the people passed. Because the idea of trying to, I guess, integrate myself into all that chaos is too overwhelming. And it's just easier for me to just wait until that cluster of people has come and gone, and then I can decide what I'm going to do next. Yeah. Though I will say Aldi definitely brings a new anxiety. I'm very OCD about how things go on the belt. Like things should go next to like things. Boxes should be together. Frozen items should be together. Refrigerated items should be together. Canned goods should be together. And it should all be placed a certain way on the belt, in my opinion. Heavy stuff should go first. So like the cans, those should go first. So, the frozen items and cold items, typically depending, they're typically a little heavier. Milk should go first on the belt because that should go into the cart first. So my heavy stuff doesn't smush my nice and not heavy stuff and stuff that's, chips and whatnot. But at Aldi, they don't give you time to do that. And I don't go super OCD. I don't organize my cart. I'm just putting stuff in, and I do kind of some like shifting to make it all fit better, but not to plan that far ahead. So when I'm trying to get stuff on the belt, the whole time I feel like I'm being rushed, and I feel like the amount of anxiety I'm going through is just ridiculous. And it makes me hate going grocery shopping, knowing that every single time that I'm going to go to that store, like I don't even think about it. I don't even think, oh, I'm going to have an anxiety attack when I'm checking out. I just instinctively and instantly don't want to do it. It's bad. And the anxiety has trained me to believe that it's bad. And that sucks. And that's hard because I also can't let go of control. I can't tell John. It's not even that I can't, but I can't. Like, of course I can physically tell John, hey, go to the store. And I have before. Albeit with a very, very detailed list of exactly what I want. Brand, quantity. And I can't send him out grocery shopping like that. It's too much. And I make a lot of decisions on the fly. Like, you know what? I think tonight we'll have this for dinner. Or tomorrow night we'll have this. That I wouldn't have thought when I was at the, point of making a list. And I can't ask him to make those decisions because even when I have taken him to the grocery store to try and get an idea of what he wants, he doesn't care. Just food. Get him food. He'll figure it out. So I get stuck with grocery shopping. And it sucks because it gives me a lot of anxiety. So, the whole social thing and lots of different things, anxiety related. I think I pretty much covered a lot of the socialness. There's always more. Like, I haven't even gotten into the idea of going out to do something. Just anything. Somebody's house, bowling alley, go to the bar for drinks. Any of that outside stuff? No. Especially as of recently. But this video, words. This video is going on like 20 minutes now, and the last video was like 10, so I'm thinking maybe I should wrap it up, and we can talk about social anxiety and just general anxiety and my issues with communication, I guess. Like, I'm not sure if it's not clear, but my brain can't stay on topic anymore. So I'm going to end and say bye for now.